You know, Undertaker, I always thought had a pretty good gauge on what he needed to do next, when it was time to change his look, when it was time to, you know, I've always respected and admired how he's kind of evolved. It wasn't an easy gimmick to pull off, you know, and I remember when Undertaker worked with me the very first time, and I worked with him a couple of times when I was Intercontinental Champion and things like that, and we had that Hitman versus Frankenstein kind of match, and you know, he was easy to work with and fun to work with. And but when I became champion, I remember when they finally said, "Okay, you're working with Undertaker," and I was thinking, like, you know, he was always fun to work with, but it's like I don't know how to work. The Hitman champion wrestler, kind of the gimmick I got now, is not really going to pull off this Frankenstein stuff very well as I'll do my best kind of thing, but I'm not quite sure how far to go with it. And I remember it was Undertaker that came to me and said, "I'm so happy, I'm so excited that I'm actually getting to work with you." And I was kind of surprised that he was so excited about working with me. He goes, "I can finally show everybody that I can work, that I can really wrestle. You know, I can actually do stuff, and you can." And I think the great matches that I had with Undertaker were more of a, I think he had more to do with them than I did, in the sense that he knew how to make me bring out the wrestling, which is what he really wanted to do. And we had such good matches. I mean, I can't, you know, as far as actually working with somebody, I don't know of any of the wrestlers I ever worked with that were as fun and smooth to work with as Undertaker. He was a total pro.
In the hands of a lesser man, a gimmick like that could be really one of the laughable ones in history.
I don't know anybody else that could have pulled it off. He had to be, he was the gimmick. He was the Undertaker. There's always a bit of the real character in the real wrestler. And in Undertaker's case, I know he wasn't Frankenstein, he wasn't a goth, or, you know, he wasn't into a lot of that stuff that he, but he, I know, must have been right from the first day that Vince brought him in and they talked about it, and sort of foreseeing where he was going to go with it and what he had in mind. I applaud Undertaker. He did a great job of masterminding that.